Welcome back for the final race of the Turkey Bowl. The UMP Modifieds here at Eldora Speedway. I am your host tonight, Ryan Griffith. I'll have the call as the UMP Modifieds break them loose here at the world-famous Eldora Speedway, which we will be back in roughly a week. We'll talk about that more, but oh man, do we ever have a race for the points in this one? As take a look at it. Clifford Driscoll, he has 154 points coming into this final race. He's won in the midgets. He is the top qualifier in one of the events tonight, and also a third place qualifier. Greg Selby follows right there behind him, just 1 point back with 153 points. He has himself a win in the non-wing 360s that we just seen. He's also qualified third tonight, so that helped in the points. In that third position in the points, Craig Sheeran, again, only 3 points back from the lead. He qualified first and second tonight. That's been the big one for him, and his best finish tonight's been second. And that we just seen in the non-wing 360, almost had that win. Fourth is Brandon Surratt. He's 129 points, back 25 spots. He qualified 10th and 11th tonight. His best finish is third tonight. If he could just get himself on track with the qualifying, he'd be right there with those top three. At fifth position, Jason Randolph, 127 points, 27 points back. His best finish was fourth in the midgets. Warren Samoy, 109 points, 45 points back. His best finish was fifth in both events. He was eighth in both events. Josh Berkey, rough outing for him coming off of those non-wing. That's where he strives at. 108 points, minus 46 back for the lead. His best finish was sixth in the midgets. Eighth is Ian McKenzie, 92 points. He's 62 points back for the lead. Best finish was 11th in the non-wing 360s. Brian Wax is currently 9th in the points, 63 points back. Best finish was 9th in both events. And 10th, Theodore York, 91 points, 63 points back from the lead. His best finish was 9th in the non-wing 360s. You take a look at that in your top three right there. What's been the big difference is qualifying and finishing well. And you look at the fourth and fifth position, both of them has had decent finishes, but the qualifying's not there. They need that qualifying tonight here in the UMP Modifieds. They need to be on the top of the board. Brandon Surratt, Jason Randolph, if they have any kind of hopes tonight, those two need a big night in qualifying, and that's what we are getting you set for here in just a few moments. But before we do that, we got to let you know about the Big Three at the Big E weekend, December 3rd and 4th. That is next weekend, $2,100 on the line, and it's all going to be live right here on Dirt Eye TV over on YouTube. So make sure that you have hit the subscribe button over on YouTube. You don't want to miss this event. It's always been a great event for the Kings of Millertime. We start the night off on Saturday the 3rd at 7 p.m. for the night before the Kings of Millertime. And that one, $100 on the line for the points of this season. The points leader will get himself an extra $100. The Race of Champions, the winners of last season, plus the top in points, $100 on the line for that race. That is Sunday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. Don't want to miss that one. And then the big show hits the stage at 7 p.m. Eastern time next Sunday. $300 on the line, and we will crown our fourth king of the Kings of Millertime. We've seen three different kings. Will we see a fourth king here at Eldora Speedway, which we are here tonight for the UMP Modifieds? And this is what's next. The qualifying is out there now, and the cars are rolling out onto the speedway. So you'll see their best times pulling up there on the grid. We shall see who is going to be the top qualifier. Again, some names: Jason Randolph, Brandon Surratt. Those are two names they really want to see themselves on top of this leaderboard here coming off of qualifying. There's Brandon Surratt. You see him in the 84 machine. Got himself a nice looking paint scheme for this UMP modified for the Turkey Bowl. Byron Gay out there. He's turning a lap. He's already turned a lap at a 17.610. Brandon Voiles in the 22 machine. Brian Wax, currently the quickest out there right now. He's turned the fastest lap so far in this one. Tyler Street, he turned second quick there in his 4-star machine. Sean Stevens qualifies in the third position. Interesting to see some of these guys in the UMP modifies. Not something normal for any of these drivers, especially Brian Wax, Tyler Street, Sean Stevens, Brandon Surratt, Zach Dykstra, Jason Randall. These guys aren't used to these UMP modified, so it's interesting to see. Brandon Surratt qualified in the 5th position. Jason Randolph in the 7th position. They did very well in qualifying, but Clifford Driscoll is out there now. He is getting out there and putting his first time in. Looking really good on the top side of the racetrack here. He's looking for top qualifier to really set his night up for maybe a potential win. Sheeran there, he finished there qualified in 4th. He's going to get some good points out of that. But Driscoll here, looking at quick time for Clifford Driscoll. He will set quick time and get some extra bonus points for that. He is setting himself up for a nice little $15 extra if he can win the points race tonight. All he's got to do is really finish this race inside the top, probably top 5, and he's probably got himself the points lead with that top qualifying position there, number 1, P1, and Sheeran in that 5th position. Because if we look back at the point standing, Sheeran is currently 3rd right now. He's 3 points back from Driscoll, but the qualifying, that really matters, and the points is everything here in qualifying. Ryan Ensinger is the last car that we're waiting for to take time. And he's got no more time left as we are qualifying is over. We're going to roll it over into your heat racing action. All right, first heat race is grinning up here at Eldora Speedway for the final race of the Turkey Bowl. This is your heat race number 1 lineup. Starting on the pole, number 63, that is Clifford Driscoll. Starting second, the 26 of Sean Stevens. Starting third, the 18 of Zach Dykstra. Starting fourth, the number 19, that is Sam Reed. Starting fifth, in the 91, that is Matt Grimm. Starting sixth, the 5 of Daniel Selig. Starting 7th, the 11 machine of Byron Gay. Some beautiful paint schemes for this Turkey Bowl. Really nice to see some of these guys having some clean looking paint schemes as Driscoll has had his night tonight. As he's going to start on the pole here in your heat race. As we've got the all clear from Eldora officials, we're going to let them loose here out in the exit of 4 here. The 63 and the 26 on that front row. We're going to go green flag here. Green flag is waving in the air. Driscoll goes right to the top side, right where he was at in qualifying, through 1 and 2, and about mid-track in 3 and 4. Good race back here with Matt Grimm, Sam Reed, and Daniel Selleck. They all race there. Byron Gay back there in the 7th position, trying to make something happen here. Matt Grimm to the top side of the racetrack on the outside of that 19 machine of Sam Reed. Sam Reed is in that 4th position. Zach Dykstra just in front of him in the 18. Driscoll and Sean Stevens runs 1-2 right now. No close battle up there. The closest battle is between the 18 and the 19. That's Sam Reed and Zach Dykstra. They're battling on side by side, racing down the backstretch. Still side by side in 3 and 4, that 18 and 19, and Matt Grimm's right there looking to take the position over from both of them. Matt Grimm to the top side of the racetrack. He's going to have a run down this backstretch. He's getting to the outside of Sam Reed. Still 1-2 up front with Driscoll and Sean Stevens. Halfway through this race, Zach Dykstra has taken over that 3rd position. Sam Reed settles in the 4th position, and Matt Grimm's in the 5th position. Back up front, Clifford Driscoll is still leading this race. He's been the fastest one out there. You can see that time at an 16.833, 833 for him. Look at your last 5 laps here. Driscoll still your fastest at 16.899. Sean Stevens just behind him at a 17.0. And then about 2 seconds on back. So this race leader is about 2 to 3 tenths faster than 3rd and 4th place right now. And Sean Stevens right there, still pretty far back from him as we've got the 2 to go as they come across the stripe this time by. Zach Dykstra still has your lead over Sam Reed there in that 3rd and 4th position. Matt Grimm still tries to rip the top side of the cushion to see if he can get momentum on Sam Reed. Driscoll out of 4. He's got the white flag waving in the air. One more lap for that 63 machine to capture heat race number 1 and set himself up for the final event here at Eldora Speedway in the Turkey Bowl. Coming out of 4, Driscoll is going to pick up the win. Sean Stevens is going to come home in 2nd, and Zach Dykstra will round out the 3rd position. Second heat race looks something like this. Starting on the pole, number 14, that is Brian Wax. Starting 2nd, the 72 of Greg Sheeran. Starting 3rd, the 47 of Jason Randolph. Starting 4th, the number 22 of Brandon Voiles. Starting 5th, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Starting 6th, the 46 of Ian McKenzie. And starting 7th, the 21 of Jason Haynes. Greg Sheeran, Jason Randolph, 2 guys really watching this for the points battle. Jason Randolph really needs a good finish in this one. He's starting in that 3rd position. Greg Sheeran is currently 3rd in points. He is in that 2nd position right now in the 72 machine. Keep an eye on him. He wants to try to get himself a win here in heat race number 2 and start on the outside of the front row with Driscoll. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. Is going to be on the command of that 14 machine, the black and red 14. That is Brian Wax there on the inside. He will have your race command. Looking for a green flag, and it is waving. Brian Wax is on the throttle, gets a really good start. Randolph gets a good start as well down to the bottom side of the raceway. He's going to try to take your way, Sheeran, but not able to do so. Here comes Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves looking into that third, fourth position. Brandon Voiles got a really good start there in turns 1 and 2, and he goes to the back bumper of Sheeran. That battle is for that second position as Randy Shreves follows into that fourth position. Car about went around back there. That was Ian McKenzie. He's back into that seventh position now after he gets loose there on the backstretch. Brandon Voiles works about mid-track right now, looks underneath that 72 machine. Currently, the fastest guy out there is Brandon Voiles. He's got the fastest lap in this race. Wow, big hard move by Jason Randolph. He slides and cuts right in between Randy Shreves. 47 is up on top of the racetrack. He gets big momentum here on the exit of 2. He's going to have a big run down the backstretch on that 22 of Brandon Voiles. Voiles still works the mid-side of the track as the 47 of Randolph goes to the top side. Here comes Randolph to the bottom. He's going to try to put a slider on that 22. He will make that slider stick. Goes to the top side of the racetrack. They're side by side down the backstretch. Battle for the lead. Brian Wax and Sheeran. Sheeran to the bottom side, looking underneath Brian Wax. That side-by-side battle for the lead. You got a side-by-side battle for third and fourth. Good racing action all the way around. Brian Wax still leading this one up front right now on that B14 machine. Greg Sheeran trying everything he can to get around him. Look at the lap times over the last 5 laps. Who's the most consistent? Right now it's Brian Wax, but Brian Wax gets real loose up top, dives back down to the bottom. We thought he got loose. No, he just set that one up. Went back to the bottom of the raceway, and he'll reclaim the lead on Sheeran. Really set him up really nice there in that 14 machine of Brian Wax, side by side down the front stretch into turns number 1 and 2. He does the same thing, gets to the top side, then dips the car back down to the bottom. Drag race down the back stretch. Here comes the 14 to reclaim that position, slides right up in front of Sheeran. Sheeran back underneath, side by side, back and forth, 2 laps to go for Sheeran. Sheeran has the lead. Can Brian Wax get there? Brian Wax back to the bumper. Not able to get underneath him as Sheeran's going to cut him off down here in turns number 3 and 4 and hold that position. On back in here, Jason Randolph has gotten up into that third position, now coming after Brian Wax. Here comes Randolph to the top side of the racetrack. White flags out, one final lap around. Can Sheeran hold off Jason Randolph? Randolph to the top side of the racetrack. He's going to rip the top of that cushion. Side by side drag race down to the front stretch, and who will have it? Jason Randolph will get the win in the final turn, final lap pass. Wow, what a race we just seen there by Jason Randolph, taking it to the top side of the raceway and getting them all. He is your winner in heat race number 2, and boy, oh boy, did he ever need it. Heat race number 3 is on the grid, and here's how they stack up. Starting on the pole in the 4-star, that is Tyler Street. Starting in the second position in the 84 machine, that is Brandon Surt. Starting in the third position is the 77 of Warren Samoy. Starting fourth in the 2 machine, that's Michael Learman. Starting fifth in the 30 machine, that's Michael Minnis. Starting 6th in the 39 machine, that's Joshua Berkey. And starting in the 7th and final position, that is Ryan Insinger. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. Street will bring him to the green flag here. Surt on his outside. Green flag is waving. Tyler Street will go to the top side. Warren Samoy goes to the bottom side of the raceway. He gets a really good run down there on the bottom side. He takes over the second position from Brandon Surratt momentarily. He's looking for the race lead. Street runs the top side. Warren Samoy to the bottom side. Warren Samoy now goes about mid-track up there, not quite to the top side, as Tyler Street still rips down the top side. Nose to tail, you got Tyler Street, Warren Samoy, and Brandon Surratt. That's a good battle there for the top three positions. Then it's a good gap on back to Michael Lemon and Michael Menace. And then Ryan Ensinger on back in there. But the big battle is these top three cars right now. We'll keep the cameras on them as Tyler Street goes to the top, Warren Samoy to the bottom side. Side by side racing there on the exit of 4. Give ways to Tyler Street, your race leader. 4 laps down of the 10-lap heat race, as now it looks like here comes Brandon Surratt on the top side. He's got some momentum, looking to get around the 77 of Warren Samoy. Looks like he's going to try to do it here. Squeaked around on the outside. He'll do it. He'll take over that second position on that lap halfway through this one. Tyler Street still leads the way and isn't currently the fastest. Warren Samoy actually turned the fastest probably when it was down there on the bottom side of the racetrack, but now we look over the last 5 laps. Who's the quickest? Still showing. Actually, it looks like over the last 5 is still showing Brandon Surratt actually the fastest of the two. The Brandon Surratt there at a 17.10. Brandon Surratt in the wall right there. Hung up on the wall. That opened up the door for Warren Samoy to get right to his back bumper. Tyler Street really like to see that. Now he's out and gone in this one. As long as he keeps her clean, he should win this heat race number 3. Look on back here with Surratt and Warren Samoy. This will be your best battle out here on the track for that second and third position. Look on board of Warren Samoy as he works just underneath Brandon Surratt here as the white flag is out. One final lap around for your race leader. Tyler Street down the backstretch, enters turns 3 and 4, works the top side of the cushion on the exit of 4. Checker flag is out for Tyler Street. Brandon Surratt comes home second, and Warren Samoy rounds out the top 3. Next up is your B main action, and starting on the pole on this one, the 91 of Matt Grimm. Starting second, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Third will be Ryan Ensinger in that 13. Fourth will be the 5 of Daniel Selleck. Fifth will be the 21 of Jason Haynes. Sixth will be Joshua Berkey in the 39. Seventh will be the 11 of Byron Gay. Eighth will be the 46 of Ian McKenzie. Ninth will be the 30 of Michael Menace. You're looking at 12 laps around Eldora here in the B main. All of them will make the A main tonight. This is based on position, starting position here. iRacing Pace Truck lights are out here. And coming up next after this, you've got your A main feature. That is next, right after this B main. Matt Grimm there in the 91. He's on the pole here. On the outside of him, Randy Shreves. Looking for green flags here, and green flags are flying. The 46, The 56 of Randy Shreves on the outside gets a good run. Ryan Ensinger looks like he gets a little loose there on the entry there. Daniel Selleck opens up the door for him to take that position over. He will do so on the outside of Ryan Ensinger. Randy Shreves runs in that second position. Now looks underneath Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm tries to hold off Randy Shreves here in the opening laps. Randy Shreves down to the bottom side. Will he try to make a slider on Matt Grimm in the 91? No, he'll just look to the inside and try to drag race him down the front stretch. Matt Grimm will hold that position off. Ryan Ensinger retakes over. Ryan Ensinger drops back into the 8th position there after starting up front. Back up front with Matt Grimm. Grimm's looking good, running on the top side of the cushion. Here comes a big move by Daniel Selleck. He will put the slider on Randy Shreves and make it stick. Selleck on the outside, Randy Shreves on the inside, side-by-side battle there on the exit of 4. That is for that second position. 5 laps down of the 12-lap race. You look at the best times around the racetrack over 5 laps. Well, that is Matt Grimm. He's got your best average at a 17.438, and Daniel Selleck is right there in that second position. Can Selleck track down your race leader? Let's take a look at the last laps as they come across the line. The next time by, you'll see those lap times and see who is quickest right now out on the speedway. Matt Grimm still your leader right now. Can Daniel Selleck close the gap? No, they're running about a second or a tenth off of each other. Matt Grimm running in the 2s. Daniel Selleck running in the 3s. There you go. Matt Grimm still quicker than Daniel Selleck here with 8 laps of 12 laps down. Fastest lap in this race belongs to Matt Grimm as well, so he's taking care of business right now in the B main in that 91 machine. Randy Shreves running in that 3rd position right now. Jason Haynes running in the 4th position. Pretty good there in that 21 SpongeBob machine. Josh Berkey runs back here in the 5th position. Got himself a top 5 here in the B main. It's all Matt Grimm here as he looks for 2 to go here as he comes across the flag stand. 2 more laps for that 91 machine, Matt Grimm. Your white flag is waving for Grimm. Grimm looking to pick up his B main win. Daniel Selleck is going to come home in that 2nd position. 3rd will be Randy Shreves. 4th will be Jason Haynes. And 5th will be Joshua Berkey. That's your top 5. We're heading on to your A main event. We're going to let them warm up a little bit out there. Just another reminder, the Big 3 at the Big E next weekend, December 3rd and 4th. $2,100 is on the line. It's live right here on Dirt Eye TV on YouTube. First up will be the night before the Kings of Millertime, December 3rd at 7 p.m. That's the Saturday. And then we roll it over to Sunday at noon. We have the Race of Champions, $100 to win. And then that evening, Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, the Kings of Millertime, the fourth King awaits $300 to win for that one. Right here at Eldora Speedway, where we're at tonight. And coming into the final event of the Turkey Bowl standings, well, Clifford Driscoll is currently 1 point ahead of Selby. Greg Selby was second in the points, but Selby did not show up for the final race of the UMP Modified, so no worries from him. His only threat is Greg Sheeran. Sheeran there sits in third, only 3 points back from the points lead. Brandon Surratt there, still in striking distance. It's going to be a tough battle for him, though. 25 points back from the leader. And Jason Randolph, 27 points back from the leader. And don't forget, don't sleep on Jason Randolph. We just seen him in that heat race come on the outside on the final lap and pass 2 cars. He's one to watch. Jason Randolph there, 27 points back from the lead. All right, we got your feature event. We're ready to go here, and here's how it's going to look. Starting on the pole in this one, the 63 of Clifford Driscoll. Starting second in the 47, that's Jason Randolph. Starting third, the 4 of Tyler Street. Starting fourth, the 26 of Sean Stevens. Starting fifth, the 72 of Greg Sheeran. Starting sixth, the 84, Brandon Surratt. Starting seventh, the 18 of Zach Dykstra. 8th will be the 14th of Brian Wax. 9th will be the 77 of Warren Samoy. 10th will be the 19 of Sam Reed. Starting 11th, the 22 of Brandon Boyles. Starting 12th, the 2 of Michael Lamond. Starting 13th, the 91 of Matt Grimm. Starting 14th, the 5 of Daniel Sully. Starting 15th, the 56 of Randy Shreves. Starting 16th, the 21 of Jason Haynes. Starting 17th, the 39 of Joshua Berkey. Starting 18th, the 30 of Michael Menace. Starting 19th, the 46 of Ian McKenzie. And rounding out the field, starting 20th, the 11 of Byron Gay. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're ready to go. Green flag here out of turns number 4. Driscoll, your points leader, is on the front row. The 47 of Jason Randolph on his outside. Tyler Street gets a good start there. He's going to try to take the race lead over right here on the first lap, and he is going to put a slider on and take the race lead over from Driscoll. Move Tyler Street up into the top spot after a big power move there. Starting in that second position, got a great start there as caution flag waves out on the speedway. And I tell you what, that person that's not happy about that has to be in that 4-star machine, as it will revert back to the opening lap at the beginning. So 1 lap wasn't completed, so unfortunate for Tyler Street. He will be back into that 3rd position. That may have been a big time game changer for Driscoll. Try to take a look and see what happened here. A couple cars. Matt Grimm goes around, and then Byron Gay gets into the side of him. May have broken an axle there. Yeah, it does look like that. So he'll have to go in for some repairs. Byron Gay was already back there in the back, so no harm, no foul for him. As we'll try to restart this race. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. Not exactly ideal for what Tyler Street wanted to see, as it is a single file restart here. So if anybody hurt out of this one, it had to have been Tyler Street, as he got a great start on the initial start of this race, took the lead over, but did not get to the stripe for it to count as they'll revert back to the beginning of this race. This green flag is waving out in the speedway. Driscoll now up front, all alone by himself. Tyler Street now comes to the inside of that 47 machine of Jason Randolph. Four Machine's going to get a good run as the 47 gets into the wall a little bit. That opens up the door for Tyler Street to easily make that pass on Jason Randolph. Move Tyler Street up into that second position. Here comes Sheeran. Greg Sheeran into that third position. He's one that's trying to chase the points here. Needs a win, really. Needs Driscoll to have some issues here for him to have a shot at this one, as Driscoll was good in qualifying. Zach Dykstra running back here in the 7th position, running the bottom side of the raceway. Brandon Surt on his outside. Brian Wax back there in the 8th position as well. Had a good race in his heat race as well. Sheeran the 72 still working the bottom side of the racetrack as both your top two are running the top side of the racetrack. You see the last 5 average up there. Driscoll still your fastest at a 17.383. Greg Sheeran now moved up the racetrack just a little bit as Jason Randolph looks underneath him to try to take that position back after losing that position to him a few laps ago. Oh, and a little contact there on the exit. 47 and the 52, or 72 and the 47 make contact again there on the exit of 2. This is a good battle here for that third position with Jason Randolph and Sheeran. Sheeran still trying to keep that bottom side working here, hoping that it's going to come alive, but it seems like he's losing a little bit of gain to Jason Randolph. Jason Randolph just working the top side of the raceway really well. Driscoll still your race leader. You got Tyler Street, though, that has started to close the gap. You can see that last 5 average. Tyler Street has closed the gap on Driscoll. Sean Stevens back here in that 5th position right now. He's battling hard with Zach Dykstra. Dykstra on the inside. Back up front, we look at this battle because Tyler Street is starting to close the gap on Driscoll here for your race lead. 13 laps down of a big 40-lap event here in the UMP Modifieds final night, or the final event of the Turkey Bowl, as caution flag is waving. We had a good 10 laps there or so before the caution flag waves. And there's the contact there. Happens right in front of Daniel Selick. Car gets clipped upside down. Not much you could do there. Unfortunate events there for car just got a little high, and Brian Wax was already there, and it turned him right in the wall, and he went upside down, and so his night could be done for, as he's going to start pretty much in the back of the pack. He's upside down. He's going to have to get a tow into the infield. But we're not quite at the halfway point of this race, and Tyler Street has been coming on here over the last, let's say, 6 or 7 laps or so. You're starting to see that average coming down on him, as he may be one to watch here. He's working the top side. We'll be able to move around to get around Driscoll, because Driscoll is running the same line as Street right now. Jason Randolph been running the top side as well now. Let's keep an eye on him. He came on really strong at the end of his heat race, and it was like he needed to work in the car for it to finally hook up there towards the end. So we are going to go a double file restart here for Driscoll. Green flag is waving. Jason Randolph going to try to squeeze his way in, not able to do it as Tyler Street was already there on the top side. The 47th sheet of Jason Randolph goes back to the bottom side. I don't think Randolph wants to be down there. He wants to try to get himself back up to the top side of the racetrack, and now he has gotten himself up there. Sean Stevens moves up into the 4th position. He's back to where he started after falling a few positions. Craig Sheeran has dropped back into the 6th position as a caution flag waves out the speedway once again. 16 laps down of a 40-lap race. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're ready to go. Green flag racing here out of turns number 3 and 4. Sheeran goes way down to the bottom side of the racetrack to try to get some kind of grip down there, searching all around the track as it starts to blow off a little bit and starting to get slick around here. Driscoll, Street, Randolph, Zach Dykstra. As caution flag is not going to wave. There was some contact back in the back of the pack here. No caution yet. Zach Dykstra in that 4th position, as we were about to say before we seen some contact back here. He's up 3 spots in this race. Big mover though, Byron Gay. Byron Gay is up 8 spots in this race, so he's came from dead last and had some trouble early in on this race. As some side-by-side racing action back here. It's like 2 and 3 wide deep into this field here. And Byron Gay's trying to take the most of it, working the bottom side of the racetrack, kind of the safer way around. Everybody else is up top. He says, I'm just going to go down here on the bottom as caution flag waves. Caution flag waves out in the speedway. We are at the halfway mark of this 40-lap race. And it's still anybody's race to be had, as it's only halfway over this UMP modified race here at Eldora Speedway. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're going to go green flag here out of turns number 3 and 4. Driscoll leads your way in their first lap here. Caution flag is waving once again. And the UMP modifieds try to get them all sorted out here. Let's try to get some green flag running here in just a few moments. Driscoll looking really good to win the points tonight. He's already picked up $5. Looking for an extra $15 here in the points. Pick up an extra $20. Maybe get him an extra track or a car or something here on the iRacing server here tonight with the Turkey Bowl. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're ready to go green flag for the Turkey Bowl. Just over the halfway mark in this one. Driscoll Street, Randolph, Sheeran, and Sean Stevens is your top 5. Biggest mover in the race, Byron Gay up 10 spots. Sheeran is absolutely not giving up on the bottom side. He thinks that's going to come down to that part of the track because there is still a little bit of moisture down there if you can grab it. And he's having a little bit of success with it. It's his last time by. He was actually faster than your race leaders. Here comes a big move by Jason Randolph there. He's going to try to take that second position away, and he will do so from Tyler Street. Move Jason Randolph up into the second position. Now it's time to go catch Sheeran. Or Driscoll. Driscoll is your race leader. Randolph into second position. Tyler Street runs in third. Sheeran in the fourth position. And Sean Stevens in the fifth position. Still biggest mover is back here in that 11 machine of Byron Gay. He's your biggest mover, up 9 spots currently. Biggest loser, Zach Dykstra down there in the 18th position. Matt Grimm having a pretty good outing here. He's up 7 spots in that 6th position in the 91 machine, just in front of Brandon Surratt there. Daniel Selleck running back here, the 5 machine. He's in the 8th position, just inside the top 10, right in front of Brandon Voiles. And Brandon Voiles' teammate, Brian Wax. Greg Sheeran must have got some issues down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Maybe pooped the wall just a little bit down there as he's lost some momentum. He's down to 6th now. Move Matt Grimm on up another position. Matt Grimm up 8 spots now. 1 spot away from being the hard charger in this one. Sean Stevens, Tyler Street just put a move on Randolph. Randolph back around. Side-by-side action. They exchanged positions as they were battling on for that second position as we were back in the back of the pack. Still look at Driscoll, though. Driscoll has a massive, massive lead 3/10 faster over the last 5 laps over these two, Jason Randolph and Tyler Street. Matt Grimm battling it on with Sean Stevens. He's trying to take that next position away. Right now, Matt Grimm is trying to battle to get the hard charger in this one. Still belonging to Byron Gay, but Byron Gay's got a lot of company behind him. Jason Randolph working the top side still. The only person that we've really seen down to bottom was Greg Sheeran, and now Sheeran has moved it back up to the top side of the racetrack. Nobody else is down to the bottom side of the raceway anymore. It's all up around the top side of the raceway, and that's how Eldora kind of sets up in most all cases. And the caution flag waves as we have made it to 33 of 40 laps in this one. So not very many more laps to go. And I would say that both Jason Randolph and Tyler Street like to see that caution, as there was no hopes of catching that 63 machine. He was out there long gone. Again, nice reminder, the big three at Eldora next weekend, December 3rd and 4th. Don't want to miss it. Make sure that you tell your family, your friends, anybody that loves racing and loves watching you race. This is their opportunity to watch you in a big-time event the night before the Kings of Millertime at 7 p.m. on Saturday night. $100 to the points leader. And then on Sunday at noon, you got $100 to win for the Races of Champions. And then that night is the big show, the Kings of Millertime, the fourth running, $300 to the race winner. Not nearly a money that the Kings of Millertime will pay out, but tonight a little extra money, $15 for the points leader, $5 for each event that was won, as Driscoll has already won the midgets, and Craig Selby won the non-wing 360s. He's not here for the modifieds, did not make that trip. So Driscoll looking for another 15. That would make his winnings at $20 for tonight. So we're looking for the green flag here out turns 4, and maybe the last green flag run we have here. Just 7 laps to go. Green flag waves. Here comes Matt Grimm. Matt Grimm to the bottom side of Tyler Street to take that position away from Tyler Street after Tyler Street getting a little loose there on the start of that race, or the start of that green flag. Matt Grimm's now up 10 spots, and now the hard charger in this race in that 91 machine. He's looking to try to take away that second position and get one up in there. Jason Randolph still in that second position. Coming into this race, he was 4th in points. He will gain 1 spot at least, where Selby did not come to the UMP modified event. Brandon Surratt now inside the top 5, up 1 spot in this race. Daniel Selleck back here working the top side of the racetrack. He's up 6 spots in this race, so good race from where he started. But it's all been Driscoll with 3 laps to go for him. Two more trips and the caution flag waves for Driscoll. Oh man, unfortunate for that one. Back here in the back, 22 machine just goes around. Not too sure what happens there. He just kind of lost it out of the turn. Looks like the back end of that thing may be broken. He does not go down pit road, so We've got 3 more laps to go here in this one. Matt Grimm in a podium position. He started 13th in this race. He's up into the 3rd position. Big time hard charger in this one for sure. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're going to go green flag here out of turns number 4. Last chance for Jason Randolph and Matt Grimm if they're going to try to sneak the win away. Good start by Jason Randolph here. Keep an eye on him. He may dip it down here in the turns 1 and 2. He will, but he's not going to be able to take it. As Driscoll powers onto the outside, that opens up the door for Matt Grimm because Matt Grimm stayed to the top side. Matt Grimm now to the outside of Jason Randolph. Randolph may be hung out to dry here as he went to the bottom, and now that opens up the freight train to go around him. Matt Grimm up into the 2nd position. He'll bring Tyler Street with him. Tyler Street into the 3rd position. Matt Grimm now goes to the bottom side of the racetrack. That may have been a mistake. Here comes Tyler Street to the inside. And he will not get him at the line as Matt Grimm will hold on for that 2nd position. It's all Driscoll, though. Driscoll gets your race win in that 63 machine. Tyler Street finishes in that 3rd position. And it does look like Driscoll is going to take the points championship as well. So he's going to come out the night with the $20 in his pocket. That 83 machine. Clifford Driscoll is your winner tonight in that 63 machine. He picked up 2 wins on the night. 1 in the midgets and here in the UMP modifieds. Matt Grimm comes home 2nd. 3rd was Tyler Street. 4th was Jason Randolph. 5th was Brandon Surratt. 6th was Sean Stevens. 7th was Greg Sheeran. 8th was Daniel Selleck. 9th was Zach Dykstra. 10th was Warren Samoy. 11th was Sam Reed. 12th was Joshua Berkey. 13th was Brandon Boyles. 14th was Brian Wax. 15th was Jason Haynes. 16th was Michael Manis. 17th was Michael Lehman. 18th was Randy Shreves. 19th was Byron Gay. And 20th was Ian McKenzie. Congratulations to Driscoll as he is your UMP Modified winner and your points champion in the 2nd running of the Turkey Bowl. Thank you for tuning in to Dirt Eye TV. Don't forget, next weekend we'll be live all weekend long, Saturday and Sunday, for the big time Kings of Millertime races. We'll see you next weekend.